Welcome to The After Show, the show where we bring it to you raw and real about our favorite mainstream and reality TV shows and the actors we love or love to hate. Tonight, we'll be talking about Tyler Perry's The Have and Have-Nots, Season 4, Episode 8. And we have a lot to say about it. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce you to the guys on the couch. Guy number 2, greet the people.
Hi, everybody. I'm guy number 2. Pull up and have a seat, because you're in for a real good treat.
A real good treat. Guy number 3, say hello to the people.
This is guy number 3. I'm in for the party. Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started. And tonight, we have 2 lovely ladies giving us the female perspective. Chris, say hello to the people.
Hi, this is Chris in Tennessee with the female perspective.
She's got it. And you're going to get it, not just from Chris, but from Natasha. Say hello to the people.
Hey, I'm Natasha from South Bend, Indiana, and let's talk it up.
We're about to talk it up. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's rock.
Awesome. Let's go. All right, you guys, we are back with another episode of The After Show, here talking about Tyler Perry's The Have and Have-Nots, Season 4, Episode 8, titled Praying for Light. Praying for Light. It was an incredible episode. This show just keeps getting better and better and better. Did you guys think it was an incredible episode or what?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was incredible.
It was awesome. It was awesome. But look, you guys, we have a special guest joining us tonight. We have a lot to talk about, on the show. But the guest that I have, I told you I was going to surprise you guys. He can't be with us too long, so we're going to talk to him very quickly about the show, and then we're going to get into all the meat of the show. Okay? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys from the After Show, and all of you out there listening to the show, I would like to introduce you to Philip Boyd, a.k.a. Oscar.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oscar.
Hello.
We're good.
Hey,
We're good.
Oscar.
What's up?
I
What's
love
going
it.
down?
I love it. Okay, Oscar, look, I'm going to call you Oscar just for a moment, please, Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, man.
Okay. This is CC Cowan. Absolutely love you. Absolutely love you. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt, no doubt. We all love you, man.
Well, I love you guys too. I enjoy so much tweeting with you guys on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
Tuesday night
great.
is my night. I blow up on Tuesday night.
Absolutely, man.
For sure. Oscar, well, Philip, can I call you Oscar? Can I call you?
Yeah, whatever works best, man.
Okay, awesome. All right, Oscar, look, I want you to know that, I'm in New York City, of course. We have folk on the line from Richmond, Virginia. That's guy number 2. Guy number 3 is from Chicago. Chris is from Tennessee. She gives us the female perspective. And also, another woman that's on the line, incredible woman, giving us the female perspective as well, Natasha. She's from South Bend, Indiana. You have fans all over the place, man.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Nice to meet all you guys and girls.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great.
So look, let's jump right into some questions because I know you're on your way to another engagement, and I thank you for stopping by. So I want to jump into some things here. Look, okay, you came on the show, took the screen by storm, okay, and you got involved with Candace, who we absolutely love. Why, Oscar? Please tell me, why did you run out on Candace while Quincy was beating her down?
I talked about that with Tyler Perry, and Tyler was just like, he didn't know how long my character was going to be on the show, to be honest with you, and so he was like, you just got to get out of there and go to your next thing, get your deal done. That's what's most important to you right now, because we got the money. All that was taken care of, and I just want to get back to David and make sure that was handled. Yeah, I would have liked to have been there to help out and shown a little bit more. Nothing I can really do about that. That's Tyler Perry,
Well, he must have got a big surprise when he realized that you're such a beloved character on the show, and he absolutely cannot write you out of the show. I'm telling you, I'm going to camp out on his lawn with a shotgun.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate that a lot.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff coming up this season with Oscar and Candace. So I think you guys will be happy about that.
I love that.
Yeah, we're happy.
excited.
I'm very happy.
So, look, I know you guys have questions for Oscar, so I want you guys to give him some questions. So I'm going to start this one with Natasha.
Oscar. One, I'm a big fan.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
So, how did it feel when Candace beat you with that pole? I mean, I just want to know, because she was just tagging you left and right with that one.
Yeah, well, you know, if you would have seen what I saw the very first time we did that, where she was just standing over, I wasn't even there. I was standing next to her when she was doing it. She was just going to town, like just beating the piss out of Oscar. And I was like, girl, you're gonna like cripple him, you're gonna break his face, and you know, show business. I just happened to walk away with a cut on my head. I didn't know how I was going to recover from it, to be honest with you. I was like, this is way too much. But Tyler Perry likes to be dramatic. So
was that she really cut you accidentally with the pole?
No, not at all. No. Okay. I'm just saying that like the amount of time she swung that pole the first time we were doing it at the end of last season, right, when she was like just swinging away. She swung away a lot more. I think they cut a lot of it out because she would have crippled me. Yeah, it was awesome. You guys did that scene when you jumped up off the floor and rushed her and you guys fell through the glass door. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Guy number 2, you have a question for Oscar?
Yes, I do. I want to know what other character on the show you want to have a head-to-head blow combat full-on fight with. Because I think you're brilliant. I think that fight scene with you and Candace was great, but I'd love to see you go head-to-head with somebody else. Well, who would you want it to be on the show?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I haven't thought about that. You know what? Who I'd want to go against, to be honest with you?
Who?
John Schneider.
Wow.
Wow.
Oscar and John. Wow.
Oh, my God.
That would
I can see it. I see it.
I can definitely see that now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I don't know if you watch this week coming up. I think something comes up that that I'm not allowed to say yet. But I get in deeper with the different crowd. How about that?
Wow. I love that.
Okay.
I love that. That's a little morsel for us. I love that we can eat on that for a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go to Chris right now. Give us a question for Oscar.
I'm like starstruck right now.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And I don't normally get that way. You're my absolute favorite. Yeah. Does your character want to get back together with Candace? And if you do, don't get back together with Candace. But if you do.
No, I don't think that he does. I don't think that he does. I think that my character, if we were to do like a character study of my guy, I think that he probably had a girlfriend and probably has just kind of been like this guy who's been looking for a lot of different ways to make money and a lot of ways to get out of trouble and way to stay out of trouble, and I don't think he's ever really had a love in his life. And I think that the feelings that he had for Candace at one point might have been real, but the job was more important.
Right. Well, if you're in it for making money, I have a little bit of money saved up. No, I'm just joking.
No, I think that for sure it was all about the money with Oscar's character.
Oscar, I want to ask you a question, and then we're going to go to guy number 3. Talk to me, because you've been acting for a while. You guys who might be tuned in right now, you might have seen Oscar on a number of shows like Beverly Hills 90210, Felicity, Charmed, Star Trek Enterprise, Summerland. You guys who are into soap operas, you might have seen him on Days of Our Lives. And, of course, now, on Tyler Perry's hit show, The Have and Have Not. You could have gone any direction with your choice of what you accepted. Why did you accept this role?
I met Tyler Perry, and we had talked very briefly, months before I even got a chance to audition for the show. And he had approached me. I think he had called me and said, "Hey, man, would you be interested in auditioning for my show?" And I said, well, what's the character? What's the part? And he goes, well, there's this guy named Oscar, and he kind of is a businessman and kind of a con man and whatever. I said, well, send over the material and I'll take a look at it. And so I did, and I auditioned for it, and he called me back, and he was just gleaming. He was like, man, you are Oscar. You are this guy. He goes, when I was writing this character, I don't know what it is, but your image popped up in my head, and I knew that you would be this guy. So, Tyler Perry is such a force to be around. He's such a great person to be around, so inspirational that he's almost infectious. So it was a joy and an honor to be able to accept that part and to go to Tyler Perry and be like, yeah, let's work together. Let's do this.
You know what? I love that. I love that. And because of that, and because of his ability to see that in you and to visualize that character and see your face, that's why you can't go. You have to be on this show. I don't think there's another show that I know of, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, on television where there's a black and white couple or a black and white, love interest like that. That's so strong, visually appealing, as sexy as you guys are together. It's incredible. Even if it's a cat and mouse chase between you two where you hate each other, they have to keep Oscar on the show. I'm telling you, I will stop watching the show completely if they take Oscar off of the show.
Man, I appreciate that so much. Like I said, I don't know what his plan for his characters are. I know that Tyler Perry likes to be dramatic in the writing of the show. I know the show is his baby. And, there's been characters on there in the past that have been killed off that you never would have thought would have been killed off. Like Sherry Headley. I had no idea that she was going to be killed off, and that broke our hearts when we read that in the script.
Yes, but if he kills you off, I'm coming in like ACD. Who Child Protective Services, and I'm gonna take that baby. Yeah.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that so much. I really enjoy the character a lot. I really enjoy where he's gone. This season especially. I don't know what he has planned next year because we haven't really spoken about it. I think we go back filming like in April or something like that. But like I said, I don't know what the storyline is going to be. This has been so crazy. This is going to get even crazier this season. So wow. I don't really know where my character kind of left off. My character kind of leaves off in this kind of like unknown sort of thing. So that's why I say I don't know what else is in store for him.
Right. Well, you know what we're going to do? We have to start a petition, you guys, and make sure that Oscar is on this show for every season of this show, and we're going to do that online. Yeah, absolutely. I want to jump over, because I know we don't have much time with you. I know you have another event. So I want to jump over to guy number 3. Do you have a question for Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar, I do love your character. Your character is real strong in the show, and your character has a purpose into the show. It definitely has a purpose in the show. And I just want to ask you, when you told Candace that when the window was closing for her to make the deal, do you think she's going to make that deal that you need her to make with you, to go in on conning that guy?
Well, here's what I know about Candace, is that she always thinks that she knows best. Because she always thinks that she can figure out a way to get out of these things on her own, no matter what's presented in front of her. Even when, like, her mom is telling her, tell the truth, do the right thing, she just can't do it. It's got to be her idea. And that's what the great part about it was when my character came in the first season that I came in, that it was able to be, like, her idea of, like, she was, like, getting lost in this love sort of thing, and it became, she was still kind of, timid about it, but then she let go of her guard a little bit, and she thought we were working together. It's got to be her idea. So do I think that we're going to work together? I think that she got burned, and she's got her guard up really strong right now. So that answers your question.
There was listen, Oscar, I have a ton of questions for you, but I'm going to just try to jump around to some pivotal ones because I know I don't have much time with you. During the fight scene between you and Candace, you guys were wrestling, and you said to her, "I am, don't you feel it?"
Oh yeah, that was yeah. She's like, what did she say? I forgot what she said. She said something like,
"Give it to me, give it to me." You said, "I am, don't you feel it?"
Yeah, I think it's just a way of being part of my language, but being a dick. Kind of just being a dick to her. It's when you read these lines, you go, I really got to say that? Yeah, I think it was Tyler Perry being an asshole.
I love it. Now, look, I was doing some research on you, and I realized I learned that your great-grandfather was a professional baseball player.
Yeah, and he sure was, man.
Awesome, Dave Harris. Now, here's my thing. Why did you choose to go into acting?
That's a great question. I can remember back when I was 5 years old. I didn't know. I went to this thing in kindergarten. They asked, what do you want to be, for the rest of your life? And I think I said I wanted to be a fireman. But then I started going through school and just going through life, and I knew I was good at sports, but I also I loved the criminal justice department. I loved. I wanted to be a jet fighter. I wanted to be a policeman. I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to be all these things, and I was like, you know what? Why don't you just be an actor? And that way you get to live all these things and not have to limit yourself to one particular thing. So that's kind of the role I took on that. And then after high school, I played baseball for this traveling team in a minor league situation. And I got cut from the team, and I realized that I wasn't going to be a professional baseball player. And so I moved to California at the age of 19 to pursue my dream of acting.
Wow. That's stepping out there, taking a whole another direction. A lot of times our, young people, we feel like we need to follow the footsteps of our father and grandfather. And if there's legacy there, we definitely kind of get pushed into that legacy. But, I'm proud of you for going out here and creating your own legacy.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're totally doing it. Look, I thought there was something else that was really funny, too, because your full name is, if you don't mind me repeating it here, is Philip Keith Boyd.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I said if I ever had have an opportunity to speak to him, I'm going to ask. You got some black up in you, man. I ain't never meet a white guy named Keith.
Yeah, that's my dad. That's my dad's name, actually. They had 4 boys, and I was the one son that my dad named, and so he put his name in the middle of my name. So Philip Keith Boyd. But yeah, I think we do have some African American heritage in our background. I really think we do. My grandmother I remember her telling me that we did. I just haven't traced it back yet. I think I do too.
Yeah, you got some swag there, Oscar.
Swag.
Yeah, man.
You definitely got swag.
Yeah.
Now, I want you guys who are tuned in to know, and all of the guys and gals who will be tuned in to the show, to know that Oscar is not just a gorgeous face. He's not just a great actor, but he is a man about a cause. I know that you lost one of your siblings to cancer. So sorry to hear about that. And you know what's been going on with my mom. I talked to you guys online about that. And so that is a topic that's very close to my heart and very serious. I'm very serious about that. But talk to us about the foundation that you work with, Camp Kesem, I think I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Oh yeah, no. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I don't get a chance to talk about that much, but Camp Kesem is an organization that was started, I think about 7 years ago, by this wonderful, wonderful woman. I can't remember her name right now, and I'm sorry that I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But Jim Higley is one of the CEOs of Camp Kesem, and let's see, when my brother passed away, he had 2 kids that he left behind. And, you know, anytime kids have a parent that's affected by cancer, they don't know what's wrong. They don't know if there's something wrong with them or what's going to happen. And what Camp Kesem is, it's a free camp that's put on by college kids all across the nation. And they put on these camps. They do it like a startup business where they raise all this money and they put it on for like a week at a time. And college kids run this camp. And it is a free camp for these kids to just go and be themselves and to like learn that they are not different in any way, shape, or form, or in any way. And just it gives these kids kind of a life again to know that they're okay, and that just because their dad's sick or their mom's sick or their mom passed away or dad passed away doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them.
Yes.
And it's such a dear cause to my heart, and I'm so proud that I was able to get in touch with Jim Higley about it, to be a part of it.
Wow, Philip Boyd. Anything that we can do to support you and support Camp Kesem, we'll do that. I don't care if this is about bringing awareness, posting on social media, making donations, or doing anything that we can do to help you and help you support them. I'm willing to do it. I know you guys are as well. Is that correct?
Definitely.
You guys?
Yeah.
No, listen, hear me out. Listen, guys, if you guys know anybody that has, you know, cancer, has been affected by cancer, and they have kids, this camp is absolutely free, and it's not a religious thing or anything like that. Like, there's no, it's a very, just, I don't know how to explain it other than just a magical. That's what Kesem means. It means magic, and it's just an amazing escape for these kids to just go and be uplifted for a week and to come out feeling like they're normal.
Wow.
So, I mean, like I said, it's free. So, like, if you know anybody that's been affected by this, look up the local chapter in your community or in your area, and then see if they can get involved somehow.
Right.
Okay. We absolutely will do that. I know. Look, we have just a few short moments left with Oscar. You guys. We
got about 10 more minutes.
About 10 more minutes. Okay, so I have a couple more questions for you. Then I'm going to go. I'm going to pick out some random of you guys to ask questions, but not too many because we only have 10 minutes. Now, look, my question to you is this, Oscar. Candace says she's a bad bee, and we see that Candace is really a bad bee. She's a bad bee.
Oh, yeah.
But now you have a bad woman in your life. A bad woman. I mean, a really bad woman. A model.
You're talking about my wife.
Your wife. So for those of you who are tuned in who do not know this, Philip Boyd recently married Ukrainian model Polina, help me this, Sikorska. Yeah. In August of 2016. Talk to us about your beautiful wife.
Man, I'll tell you what. You know, Christian Cordula, who's on the show, he went to class with this girl, Larry Moss class in California, and I had saw her picture on Facebook, something that she liked one of his photos or something, and I saw her picture and I thought, oh my God, this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm going to marry this girl.
Oh.
So next time I saw Christian, I'm like, you gotta like introduce me to this girl. And I think that I had messaged her through Facebook saying, hey, you know, I'm a friend of Christian's. I'd love to, you know, meet you sometime or whatever. And she's like, well, you know, I don't know you, but yeah, you know, stay in touch sort of thing. Well, Christian talked to her, and then one day we met for lunch, and that was it. We both just saw each other, and that was it. I was done. We dated for 2 months. She was actually back in Ukraine visiting with her family, and I went back there to visit her for a couple of days, and then we flew over to Paris for her birthday, and I asked her to marry me in Paris. And
oh, my God.
2 months. Yeah, wow. 2 months later we got married.
Oh.
I mean, he is everything that we think he is. On this, you know what? I'm sorry. I just have to ask this. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm monopolizing. You know, this is my favorite actor on primetime television.
Yeah.
I'm monopolizing. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
They know it.
Do it.
So how much like Oscar are you, Philip?
Well, you know, here's the thing, is that I spent a lot of time being single in my life, and so I kind of found my way through all the. No offense to anybody that I dated, but people that I didn't want. I knew what I didn't want. How about that?
Okay.
And then I think I'm a ways away from Oscar in the sense that I took after my brother passed away, I took some time off, and I really took about a year where I didn't date anybody. I just concentrated on my work and concentrated on like writing, and then when I was ready to get back out there, that's when I feel like things appear in your life when you're ready for them.
Wow.
And that's kind of what happened in my instance, I think.
Okay. Well, you appeared on this show when we were ready, because we were ready for you.
Indeed.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, I appreciate it so much. Like I look forward to every Tuesday night tweeting with you guys, and also just kind of watching my fellow actors on the show, my fellow friends, and seeing their evolution and their journey.
Yeah.
And I know you guys support them as well, and we appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. It's a great cast. We want to see you guys around for a long time. Very quickly, guy number 2, you have one more question for Philip Boyd. Make it quick.
Oh, okay.
Hey, take your time, man. Take your time.
What is one of the things that you really want to see happen with the show in the future? I mean, it's a great show. You are one of our favorite actors. You're definitely one of mine because you're a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, so I believe in that.
Thank you. When's your birthday?
May 13th. May 13th.
Mine's May 12th.
So, all right, we're there apart. There you go. But
I love it. You know, I think with any show, you like to see a resolution with a character's journey. I don't. I mean, there's so many different storylines on the show. It's kind of hard to. I would like to see Candace come to her senses and really, you know, realize that she can't get away with everything she's been trying to get away with her entire life.
Mm-hmm. That's a definite.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to. I mean, I think that John and was it Jim Cryer and Catherine? They need to just separate and go their different ways.
Wow.
Although now this season it seems like she's kind of taking the reins of being who's like the boss of the relationship. They're trying to fight it out. I don't know. They've been through so much with their other daughter being hurt. I don't know what his end game is with the show. I don't know what he's trying to do, if he's going to keep it dramatic or if he wants to have a resolution with the show or not.
What does that do for you, for you, Oscar? What does that do for you as an actor coming in and you're on this great show, your character is great, and you don't know what he's going to do? So does that make your game tighter, or are you like, ooh, I don't know?
Well, I'd like to have a little bit of creative input of what's going on, and I think the one thing that when I talked to Tyler Perry the first season I was on, at the end of the last episode, when I said my name was Brandon and not Oscar, or David said, "Thank you, Brandon," I was trying to bring something to that to show that this guy, nobody knows who he is, and he's that good. And I think even when David's wife came in and I introduced myself as like Jonathan something, I'm trying to keep people on their toes so that I would like to see my character get put in a position where he's just hiding, where he's done so much damage that he's like trying to get away from people.
Wow.
That's what I would like.
That would be good. I'd like to see that.
Really good.
Start messing with Veronica. Guarantee you will be running.
But I haven't gotten involved with her yet.
Yeah, my mom absolutely loves you, and if I don't ask this question, well, make this comment to you, then I'm going to get smacked in the head later on.
Okay.
So Mom wants you to know that she absolutely loves you, and she says that you have to get back with Candace. She's told me to tell you that, and that's just her final word on it.
Well, tell her I appreciate that very, very much, and I would love to get back together with Candace and us to be a team, because I think that she is good at conning people as well, and I think that she's got a great gift for it. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I guess we're going to find out. I've heard through the grapevine. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think we're going back in April to shoot 2 seasons. So I'll have a better idea of what's going to happen with everything when I go back in April.
I love it. Wow. And we're going to be tuning in, and we're going to be waiting. I want to get a final question from Chris, and then one from Natasha, and then we're going to have to let Mr. Boyd go.
Okay.
All right. So my question is, when you read your script, and then at the end of there, whenever you basically screwed Candace over, did you read your script and think, man, I'm a scumbag?
Well, the job as an actor, you can't judge the character. You can't judge what he does. You just kind of like live it. So I guess for me, it was just like, okay, well, that's what he does. If I'm an observer watching it as a fan, then I go, wow, what a scumbag. But as an actor, you go, wow, you got to play the truth in this somehow. So you try not to judge it. But yeah, I did watch it and I go, wow, he is what a dick.
Right. Wow.
I love it. Natasha, what is your question for Oscar?
Actually, you know what? I don't even have any questions. I'm just happy to be basking in the glory of Oscar right now.
Oh, thank you so much.
I just want to tell him that, I'm hoping to see the full potential of your character in like many more seasons. Like Tyler can't write you off. He knows you too important. So bye.
I'll say the same thing sweet. As well.
Yeah, man, you're like woven into the fabric of this thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, gentlemen.
Guys, I appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
I really do.
We appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking the time out to talk to us, man. We are truly fans. We are truly supporters. We're more than fans. We're supporters. I told you I'm going to support you in everything that you do, and I'm going to stand by you until the wheels fall off. I'm telling you, I'm here for you. Tell us right now, tell our listeners, Philip Boyd, what else are you doing? Is there something else that we need to know about? Any other shows, productions, appearances that we need to know about?
Yes, I was so blessed and so fortunate to be a part of a Ryan Murphy show. You know, Ryan Murphy did The People versus O.J., and they won all these awards last season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they did the new show. It's called Feud, and it's with Jessica Lange, Susan Sarandon, Kathy Bates, Stanley Tucci, Sarah Paulson, Alfred Molina, and it is coming out on March the 5th, and I have a part in this miniseries. I think my part either airs April the 2nd or the 7th. I don't remember. But I play a guy named Maximilian Schell, who won the Academy Award back in 1962 for The Judgment at Nuremberg. And I present the Oscar to, Katharine Hepburn, but Jessica Lange accepts as Joan Crawford in the show. Like, it's pretty amazing. It's a great thing to be a part of.
Oh, you're in that, man.
Incredible.
Wow. So, so guy number 2, that's the show that we've been waiting for, right?
That's the show we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I've absolutely been waiting for that.
This doesn't get any better, baby. My prime time favorite is in that show. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's just one little scene, but still, it's good to be a part of that show.
Congratulations on that. There are no little scenes, you know that, and you have you come into our life in a big way. You come into our living rooms every Tuesday in a great, big, tremendous way. We're not blowing smoke, man. We are just sending you love, man, and we want you to succeed and just continue to be on our screen. So we're going to support you. And again, thank you so much for stopping by. I know you got another engagement, so I don't want to keep you much longer. You guys say thank you to the incredible, the amazing Philip Boyd.
Thank you so
much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by, Philip. We appreciate you. Amazing.
Hey, of course, man.
Job on
It's
Having
so
a
nice
Have Not.
We love you.
It's so nice to meet you guys. Love you too, guys. Thank you so much for everything. And
Thank
Mr.
you.
Cowan, anytime you want me to come on, you just let me know, man. I'll do my best to get in touch with you guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. You have a safe trip wherever you are on your way to. Continue to be you. Let your light shine forever. Thank you so much, Oscar.
Tell your mom I said hello.
Man, I certainly will. Have a great night.
All right, bud. You too, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, you guys.
Wow.
Were you guys so impressed with that?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
ecstatic.
my God.
I'm over
Okay.
there. Look, I can't even get the words out.
So how surprised were you guys? I'm going to go down the list here. How surprised were you guys at my surprise for you guys that it was going to be Oscar from Tyler Perry's The Have and Have Nots? Guy number 3, how surprised were you?
I was in total shock. I wasn't until I heard his voice. I'm like, that is really him. And then my mouth was falling on the floor, and I couldn't say nothing else. I was just dumbfounded.
Guy number 2, what about you?
I was in shock. I think I'm actually starstruck because I couldn't believe it. I literally was like starstruck, and I don't get like that, but I was really pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. It's great talking to him online, but, to have him on the line and actually getting to talk to him in person was great.
Absolutely. What about you, Natasha?
I'm ecstatic. Like, again, I'm still basking. I can't believe this moment actually really happened. I'm still basking in his glory, and he's already long gone off the line.
What about you, Chris?
Well, I kind of knew it, but then part of me was like, no way. But because me and you love him so much, and like when we thought he was gone, we were so upset. Right. So I was like, please let it be him. And then I was like, no, it's not going to be him. And then when it was him, I really, I had to think of something because I just couldn't say nothing at first.
That's how I felt. Like I was just lost for words. I felt like an idiot.
I was dumbfounded, right?
But listen,
I was dumbfounded. I was. What? Oh my God!
Here's what's really funny, you guys. And then we're going to jump back into our final comments about the actual show, the episode. I like this guy from the time he hit the screen on that show, and he's just a favorite on the show. Love to see him. He's a great actor, and he's just visually appealing. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is he knows his way around the set.
Right.
In the scene. He knows his way around the scene.
Absolutely.
He's never out of place. He's never out of his light. And this is just stuff that you look at from a director's eye, producer's eye, a creator's eye. I just never see him out of his light. I never see him out of place. And he never, ever flubs a line. He never flubs a line. Love Oscar. Loved him with Candace. Great romantic potential there, and I just want to see more of him. And I wanted to surprise you guys, and I'm glad you guys were surprised. He's a great guy, great interviewer, so giving of himself, and you could tell that his heart was just open and his mouth just followed his heart. So I love that. But you guys, I have another surprise for you. Not tonight, so everybody put your heart back.
Bring it, baby. Bring it.
Look, let's talk very quickly about the rest of the episode so we can close out, and then I'll give you guys a hint at the end about our next surprise, okay? So look, let's talk about the fact that Veronica is disappointed that Melissa hasn't been able to get close to Jeffrey, and again, she threatens to turn off the money flow to Melissa's dad, in regards to paying the bills for his hospitalization and so forth. What do you guys think about Veronica just being so mean to this girl and then having her live up in the house? Weigh in on that, Natasha.
I'm still speechless because it's like Veronica's capable of anything right now. The way she read Melissa was just like, wow. If I was Melissa, I'd just like, you know what, forget this. I'm finna go pick up a job, however many I need to pay my own dad's bills, and we finna go from there. Right.
Exactly. She needs to hook up with Candace and Erica.
Erica, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Candace going to need a new road dog soon because she's going to beat the mess out of Erica. So, look, let's...
Okay. She sure is.
So look, let's talk about somebody who's going to get the mess beat out of them, okay? So in this episode, Hannah makes a desperate move to try to keep peace in her family despite Candace's best effort to push her away. So she takes a trip out into the hood to go see War. So I want to talk to guy number 2. Tell me what you thought about Hannah's visit to the War compound, a.k.a. the studio apartment.
You know, that scene to me was really almost like a tearjerker, only because you really see into the perspective of where War sits. I mean, I love War. I think War has added an element to the show that we didn't see before. But to know that his character was literally raised by Hannah, and now, you know, she's looking at him as her son and, you know, saying that you literally are starting to disrupt our actual family. And you're not going to be coming after my child, because if you do, you're going to have to deal with me. And you see War kind of breaking down, but not at the same time, you know, just cowering away from the whole thing. It's just such a great dynamic, because when she reached across that table and grabbed his face, I felt like if you didn't feel that moment, you're not watching the show. You were not watching that show. And that was like so incredible to me. I mean, they're both great actors. They're great on screen together. But that was a powerful moment. And she really, I think she got to him. But we don't know. We got to wait and see. But I really think she, like, you know, she kind of punched him in the heart. She really did.
She shook him up. She shook him up.
Yeah, she did. She definitely did. She shook him up. That was just powerful to me. It was good.
She did. So talk to me, Chris. Do you think that Hannah had an effect on War? Enough of an effect that he will back down from attempting to do anything to Candace?
Well, I don't know if he will not attempt to hurt her, but he's got to die anyway, so he got to go. But in that scene, you could really see Hannah's love for Candace in that scene, because she's so passionate about wanting to save Candace. And as you know, Crystal's one of my favorite female actors on that show, actresses. Right. I wish she would just show some of that love to Candace. One of them has got to be softer. And with all that love and passion she has for Candace, if she would just show her just a little, she might be the key to saving Candace.
Wow. And, you know, I think you're right. I don't know that we've ever really seen, you know, I haven't witnessed Hannah show real love toward Candace. But this was the opportunity to do it. Even if she didn't do it directly to Candace, she didn't show it directly to her, it was definitely evident that she loved her, because she took that trip over to see War. And it was definitely in alignment with what a real mom would do. We, you know, our parents used to go out for us, and it really reminded me of the things that my parents did for us as young people and children. You know, when she went to War, I remember my mother going to the bully of the block. Like, for me, like, you don't put your hand on my child. Like, wait a minute, you know. And, you know, and I'll snatch you up, you know, and then get at your mama. You know, so, it pulled on that string for me. And I was able to see a glimmer of hope for Hannah, because Hannah in the prior scene was very demonic-like when she was sitting in that little hotel room talking to Candace. Somebody look at you, devil.
Oh yeah.
I said, now wait a minute, Christian. It was a little warped. You know, I think somebody would tore some pages out your Bible and replaced it with a coloring book. Okay, so look. Let's move on a little bit here, you guys, and talk about something else that was just very dramatic for me. And it was this whole scene between Jeffrey and his new beau. Jeffrey, and I'm going to talk about the final scene. I want to talk about I'm talking about the scene with them in the hotel room. So guy number 3, talk to me about that scene and how Jeffrey and Justin played off of each other there in the bedroom scene.
That scene was tastefully done. I thought Justin and and Jeffrey acted superbly in that role. They carried the role to a T.
Mm-hmm.
He was letting him know that he wanted him, and he wanted to be with him, and he didn't care what was going on at the present time. And he knew Jeffrey was in all kinds of hot messes, and he just didn't care. He just wanted to be with Jeffrey. And you saw it, and you felt their, passion, that hot passion for each other as it started to heat up.
That sounds like a cocktail at the neighborhood bar, the hot passions.
Yes, it was. I was in here on smoke. I had to pour a cup of ice down my face.
Hot passion. Can I get a hot passion? Okay. So, guy number 2, talk to me about what you saw in that scene in regards to, just the roller coaster ride coming to a halt in that scene.
It's just really interesting because I think that Jeffrey has kind of built up this wall around his heart because he's been so rejected by Wyatt, which of course we're all tired of at this point. But it's just so. It's, again, another powerful scene because you see someone that actually is interested in Jeffrey, despite the background of the situation with him being married and other things. But you see someone that really has a firm attachment to Jeffrey. And we want that for Jeffrey because we're rooting for Jeffrey to change and get involved and do something different. And we want to see him with somebody so he can get away from Wyatt. They're friends, that's great, and whatever. But we already know it's going to run into a brick wall over and over and over again. So I really want that, because that scene is it tells you where the relationship really should go. It really does. It kind of dictates that. And it kind of gives you that whole, that hope and that aspiration for Jeffrey is going to come out on top. We really need Jeffrey to grow and do something different. So, it's great. And, of course, with him being a cop, and now you're in this whole brouhaha stuff with Candace and dead bodies and other people and stabbing moms. You don't need a cop as your boyfriend at this point. You better good. You gotta date him. You better.
I want to move over to Chris, Lady Chris. Chris, talk to me. Do you think that Jeffrey should, try to simmer down a little bit and get right and date Justin for the sake of at least getting out of trouble? Or do you think that he should just walk away from him because he really still loves Wyatt?
I think that Justin is dangerous. And I think that Jeffrey, as you already know, is kind of docile. I don't think they make a good couple anyway. I think he should get away from both of them. Wyatt's going to end up dead if something doesn't change with Wyatt. And I think that Jeffrey needs to explore other avenues, whether it be with another guy or whatever, but away from this violent man.
Away from this violent man, okay? And I want to jump back to that comment as well, but I want to ask Natasha, what do you think about Jeffrey and Justin in terms of moving forward? Or, do you think that it's even a possibility? Because they both seem to be kind of duplicitous in the way that they deal with each other.
I agree with Chris with her statement. Justin is just a little bit too dangerous. I mean, I like the fact that Jeffrey has gotten him to open up and actually admit his true feelings, his true nature and everything. I mean, I love the fact that Justin is so open now and he wants to be with Jeffrey, but he's just too off the wall. He's too uncontrollable. Like, you don't know what Justin's going to do next. It seemed like, with Jeffrey and Wyatt kind of proved it. Like, Justin is quick-tempered and jealous. So, that's just that's what makes scenes between them actually kind of work together to me.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Oh, okay. So talk to me about that, guy number 3.
I disagree because I think Justin and Jeffrey would make a good couple. I think it was him being married and he having so much going on with his life with his wife, and Jeffrey's being about to be accused of killing, Quincy. It's just a whole ball of mess that's got into their way, preventing them from finding each other and loving each other. I think there can totally be something there for them to be together if they push the issue a little bit. Tyler Perry has to mold his clay like it's a work of art. He's a master of this. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's got us all drawn in. You know, I think he can definitely get something going between Jeffrey and Justin. All he has to do is write the right line for both of them, and they'll draw us all in.
Wow.
I do foresee Veronica coming in to ruin that, though.
Definitely, that's gonna happen.
You know, Veronica ain't gonna let that happen. No.
Yeah, but since you brought that up, even if Veronica does try to come in and destroy that, you have to remember Justin's brother is the chief of police. So if she does try to cross him, she's going to have to deal with both of them. And you know that, meddling mother, there's no telling what she's got on that camera or what she's going to try to get. But I really think that, if Veronica is going to, she's already got enough enemies across town, I don't think she wants to add the police and the chief of police into the mix. That's not going to work.
You guys do know that Veronica can take out an army. She is not afraid of the sergeant, the captain, or that thing that's rolling around in the bed with Jeffrey. She's not afraid, and she's going to take that FBI investigator. She's going to take him out too. He'll be in one of you guys' neighborhoods selling chicken wings and fried rice. So very soon. Very soon.
He's like the Veronica one-time cheerleader. We know. We know you love Veronica.
I'm just telling you what it is. But let me weigh in.
I love you some Veronica as well. She's one of my favorite characters too.
Absolutely, guy number 3. Let me weigh in very quickly on this whole situation with Jeffrey and Officer Justin. Now, I believe, I kind of am siding with all of you in a bit, just a little bit. I think that this relationship between Jeffrey and Justin, I was rooting for it. I wanted to see it, and I wanted it to work for this reason and this reason alone. I'm tired of this man panning behind Wyatt. Tired of it. It's outdone, and it should be over with. It's overdone. Yeah. Done with it. Okay? Now, if you're going to continue to have Jeffrey running around behind Wyatt like a puppy dog, then you need to let Wyatt share the bone.
Yes. Come out of the closet.
And what I mean when I say share the bone, I don't mean sexually. I mean, you have to let him play on Jeff. Give Jeffrey a little bit of string to run with, or else this dynamic doesn't work. Because one thing that I can't be certain about everyone in the world, but I don't know gay men that chase people and that don't want to be caught. Now they'll get at you for a little while. If they know they can't get you, they're going to go off about their business. Next. And so it becomes a little bit unbelievable to me that Jeffrey is still, so concerned and running behind Wyatt. Now, as a friend, yes. Now, Justin seems to be everything that Wyatt would or should want in a partner, except that, now that he's opening up, that is. Now that he's opening up. And I think that Jeffrey is just a little bit confused now. He has so much on his mind, so much that's going on. He doesn't know if he can even commit to anyone with all this hanging over his head. And of course, he can't forget that this man, stopped him, tried to molest him on the street, then took him and put a gun to his head and wanted him to do things to him in Candace's house. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of baggage. And remember that he didn't sleep with him initially because he loved him or he desired him. He slept with him to kind of reel him into Candace's plan. Okay, so I don't know if the reason that he slept with him this last time is based on the fact that he now wanted some comfort because he might get caught. I don't know, but I'd like to see this thing develop. But it got really heated, and we're going to talk about that right now. Natasha, I want you to talk to me about this scene between Justin and Keita and that thing that was laying next to Keita in Wyatt's bed with his shoes on.
One, I don't understand why Wyatt didn't really call 911 himself, but then again, he turns to Jeffrey for everything because, Jeffrey loves him and he'll be there for him.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Justin gets jealous of Wyatt because of Jeffrey's love for him, and he lets Quita and, like you said, that thing go. Spite, hoping that they'll just come back and finish the job. Like, that just says a lot about Justin right there. That just reinforces my point of him being too uncontrollable and too unpredictable.
Right. What about you, Chris? What did you think about, Justin and Jeffrey arriving on the scene at Wyatt's loft and finding Keita and her henchman laid up in the bed with their shoes on before everything unfolded between Justin, Wyatt, and Jeffrey? What did you think about that scene?
Well, I think you read my tweet, the dumbest crooks ever. I mean, how do you break in and then have, I'm assuming, sex in the guy's bed that you are trying to rob? You start leaving evidence, body fluids, everything all over this place, and you see this guy is withdrawing from drugs. So there's a good chance that, this guy could die from not having these drugs. And so you're going to leave your skin tissue and your semen and your body fluid all over this apartment, knowing that if the police show up and not only this, you see how much money this guy has. So you know pretty much that the cops are going to investigate. I just think they were stupid. Bottom line, stupid all the way across.
I love it. And they were very stupid. Guy number 2, weigh in on this scene with Keita laying up in the bed with that rogue.
Yeah, they were beyond stupid. I just think that whole, it was just kind of pointless. I mean, Wyatt's not bound up. They're going to sleep. I don't know what the gun was. I guess it was over there by them. But then, when you see that they was actually let go because of Justin's, rage against, Wyatt actually having Jeffrey, kind of fawn over him a little bit, it does kind of give us a window into the fact that, Justin is dangerous and he's very jealous-hearted. But, it was just kind of crazy. But, Keita is just, she's just from around the way, and she's just going to do what she want to do. But she just lived to see another day, and she got free. So we'll see her again.
That thing is a lucky rat. She's a hood rat because she crawled out of one hole and crawled into another. and I love Keita, though, because I've seen young women just like Keita, and this actress plays this role to a T. I mean, she said, man, he lying, man. He invited us here, man. I can't with Keita. I cannot with Keita. But who I cannot with is that Wyatt, who could not muster the strength to dial 911. So he pressed one button on his phone and called Jeffrey. But yet he mustered up the strength to attack Justin in the fight to end all fights. On this show. So, guy number 3, talk to me about the fight between Justin, Wyatt, and Jeffrey.
The fight scene was wild, man. I was in here dying laughing. Justin picked Wyatt up like he was a little bitty boy and body slammed him. So blam! I'm like, wow. He dropped him like he was a stack of pancakes. I was like, this is crazy. He dropped him dead on his backside and then carried over and kept on going at it with Jeffrey. And they was hanging in there. Jeffrey was hanging in there with him, boy. They was tussling at each other and pulling and spraying each other. And it was getting hot. I was like, wow, this is good.
Well, you know what? I tend to think Jeffrey is weak. I've always thought Jeffrey was very weak, but I'm glad that Tyler has this guy fighting now. He's fighting. He's showing some brawn because black men just usually aren't weak. We just aren't. Like, we fight. Like, I don't.
No, we're not.
I did not understand what the heck Jeffrey was doing. I was like, no, the least of us can fight. Okay? I'm like, you better fight. So talk to me.
He definitely showing some backbone.
Backbone. Gotta bristle up. Exactly.
He's bristling up. So talk to me, guy number 2. Do you think that Jeffrey was in the right to kind of just not say to Justin when he initially accused him and pushed him away, wait a minute, let me talk to you. You don't really understand. And like try to, calm the situation and explain to him. Do you think he was right to just kind of be more like, oh, you just don't understand and, keep trying to come for Wyatt?
I think because his emotion is so raw, it was probably right for him to actually go in and, for them to go to blows. I mean, not that they should have been boxing on each other like that, but I think, it's a given, because you're already hostile about the situation. You already see that Justin is volatile. I think it was right for Jeffrey to kind of base up because he had to stand his ground. I mean, there's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to be like, look, this is what I said what I said, and we're going to stand on what I said. And I don't care if you don't think that I'm saying what I should say, but I'm going to say it, and it's said. So I think he did the right thing. I mean, I really do. Because otherwise, Justin could have just stumbled him over and threw him around like a rag doll like he did with Wyatt. And that would have been the end of that. And we know no black man is going to get his ass beat on TV. That's just not happening. So, exactly. He did the right thing.
That's true. I think one of the things that happens here with them, you guys, and then I want to move on to Benny, and then we're going to close out, is that the relationship is very volatile because it's not really a relationship. There's nothing confirmed. There's nothing, solidifying them, making this thing a real union. I think what's happened here is they jumped into some lustful situation for different reasons, and, they don't know each other. So Justin still can't discern or decipher when Jeffrey is telling the truth or when he really needs to stop and listen. Okay? Because in his mind, he's the authority. Jeffrey doesn't have enough of an attachment. He knows nothing about this cop, nothing about him that would allow his voice and his tone or his demeanor to say, I mean business now, you need to listen to me, without yelling, screaming, and pushing. So I think it's a very volatile situation. I don't know how much longer it can play out on this show. I'd like to see it play out. I'd like to see Justin be consistent only because Wyatt, I don't want any of us to ever forget that Wyatt is a world-class a-hole. World-class. And so we need someone that's going to stand up to Wyatt, that's going to give it to him, and if necessary, come to blows with him. I don't like Wyatt. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, it could have been a double murder in the Cry House, and they could have killed off that daughter, and they could have killed off that Wyatt at the same time. Okay, and I'm sure since Catherine has those $250,000 rugs, she got 2 black dresses in her closet. Okay, so she married both of them tired kids at the same time. Over Wyatt Cryer. I want to move on very quickly, guys, before we close out. Let's talk about Benny, Hannah, and Candace. While they're in this little tiny hotel room, Hannah and Candace begin to trade barbs as usual. This is common. If you had turned away for a moment, you would have missed, however, Candace asking her mom in a mocking way, do you know who? Is Jesus going to tell you who my daddy is? Hannah?
No.
I could not believe that. The sheer audacity to mock the living God on TV, but I was like, okay. But she wanted to know who her daddy was. And I told you guys there was something else that Hannah was hiding. Something else that she was hiding. Natasha, what do you think about that dialogue between that nasty exchange? It wasn't even a dialogue. It was a nasty exchange between Candace and Hannah.
I think I was mid-tweet when I said this. I was like, Candace better quit playing with God like that. Like, no, that's a no-no. Like, I see a storm and lightning in her future. So.
Yeah. No, I don't blame.
All I could think about during that scene was like, I can't believe she like messing with God like this. I'm like, God, what you finna do? You kind of silent, bro. So.
I didn't know. I'm with you, Natasha. I started to turn my television, the channel, because I was like, he gonna strike her right there on the set. Ooh, I was like, really, Candace? Really? So look, Chris, talk to me about the fact that Candace has revealed in front of Benny that Hannah doesn't know who her daddy is.
I think, as you know, you and I I've always been a Hannah fan, and you've always been like a little bit on the Candace side. But I'm getting to the point where I'm frustrated with Hannah because I think that Hannah, that's what I think the key will be for them two to make up. Hannah to tell the truth. I think Hannah knows who her dad is. The question is, who is her father? A couple of tweets said something about maybe it was a rape. In other words, that Hannah got raped and kept Candace anyway. And then there were other comments made. So I think that's going to be the key to fixing their relationship. If Hannah breaks down and shows some emotion and tells the truth, I think Candace will break down and let Candace back in. I think if Benny calls his mother mommy one more time at 30, I'm going to pass out and change the channel. Because in a mommy,
I'm going to be the same way.
I keep looking at him like, you a grown-ass man. Stop calling her mommy. All right, that's all.
I told you guys that Chris was going to give it to you raw and she was going to give it to you real. And she just delivered it to you raw and real on a Cinnabon so you could take it sweet.
Okay.
Or you could just take it raw, but she gave it to you raw and real. And I agree. I absolutely agree. Listen, guys, Benny was very adamant about Candace not leaving that hotel room. He told her, if I have to physically restrain you, I will do that. You're not leaving. And he even went so far as to tell her, you can go to the bathroom, but there's no window for you to climb out. Okay.
You sure did.
Guy number 3, do you like Benny's assertiveness? Do you like the way he takes the lead man role of the family and he asserts himself?
Yes, I definitely think he's in his light now. He's in his light now, and you have to respect that because he's showing some assertiveness and he's showing Candace, you can't play me. You can play those dudes or run cons on dudes on the street, but you won't be able to run one on your brother because I know you. I know you. We grew up together. I'm a part of your flesh, so we can. And so you can't run those games on me. And as you move toward it, I'm gonna break your neck.
You know, I tend to think, this is what I think, you guys. I think that there's a little bit, if you look at the children, I think each one of them has a side of Hannah in them.
Yeah.
And Benny tends to have the more calm side. He does what he has to, and he could fly off the handle when he has to, when he needs to be aggressive, and when he needs to put his foot down, and when he needs to handle business, he does that. And that's what we see in Hannah. But then there's that side that is Candace, who's sneaky, who's holding secrets, who does what she wants to do. And if you turn up on her, she's going to turn up on you. And she's going to do you one better because she's not just going to turn up on you, but she's going to seek to destroy you. And I think that there is something that Hannah has up her sleeve. I think War is going to see how bad Hannah can be. And I think that Hannah is hiding some secrets as to who and why Candace is what she is. In the way that she is, it just as Chris has stated, I think we're going to see that, and we're going to find out that Hannah was not always holy Hannah. She was a hoochie Hannah, and I think Candace's dad was a pimp. Now, look, before we close out, I just want to ask you guys one more question, and everyone can answer this question. We're going to go around the room. We're going to start with guy number 2, 3, and then we're going to go to Chris, and then we're going to go to Natasha. Okay, so David met with Erica. They were having dinner, and Candace called Erica on the phone to let her know that she was stuck in this hotel with her brother, blah, 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 blah. She needed to get some information, maybe get a car, or do whatever. She needed some help from Erica. Do you think that Erica is going to double-cross her and lead, give War information? Because he has someone following Hannah. But is Erica going to call War and tell him what Candace is planning? I want to go to guy number 2 first.
Yeah, she's going to definitely give him a call, let her know where she is, and it's going to be a showdown at that little piece of hotel.
Wow. What about you, guy number 3?
I definitely think she's going to double-cross Candace, and it's going to send Candace into a tailspin because she's going to be in a compromising situation where she's going to be stuck at that hotel room having to face war, and he's going to be damn angry at her. And she's going to have to do some talking, some fast moving, and some fast shuffling, baby.
What about you, Natasha?
Well, I think that somehow Erica will double cross Candace, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be with War. Like, I could be wrong, you know, because back when Erica first appeared on the scene, like when she first made her appearance, her debut, he said that Ward killed her sister or something like that. So why would you want to deal with a man that basically killed your sister? Because if that was me, I would have a vendetta out against War.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't try and, like, take his side. So, you know, I mean, if she plays the War card, then basically that's on her. And then she wouldn't be, like, avenging her sister's death at all by working with him. Okay.
What about you, Chris?
Well, I never thought that Erica was in cahoots with War until you said it, Cece, like a couple of weeks ago. And now I don't trust nothing she's saying. So I don't know if I feel like she's with War or if I feel that way because you put that in my head. But I don't trust her, and it's too coincidental. So I think either she's working with War or she's working with someone who's working with War.
Exactly.
I can see your side happening. I can see that happening.
Okay, Chris. Now with that one, because see, in my mind, I just put her together with War. But now that you said, okay, she could be working with someone who's working with War, but who would be more powerful than War that she could be working with? Now, see, my thing is though, I think that she's working with War. But now that you put that in my head, I'm gonna marinate on that. I'm gonna let that just soak in a little bit. But I think that Erica is working with War. I think she's going to make the mistake of giving War information. Candace is going to find out and going to beat the brakes off of her. And if Candace doesn't do it, before Candace can beat the brakes off of her, Veronica is going to totally annihilate her. She'll be destroyed off of the planet Earth. She'll be gone.
Veronica will have Candace do it.
Yeah. She's going to be gone. She's definitely going to be gone. One of the things that I noticed about her, and this is why I think that she's working with War, I do not believe, Natasha, that War killed her sister, or raped her sister, or chopped up, or did anything to her sister. Okay? I think that was a lie. I think she knew exactly who War was when War walked into that Candace's house that day, and I think it was a lie. And I think that she's feeding him information. I think she's jealous of Candace, and she feels that Candace always kind of comes up and comes into money and doesn't look out and kind of always gets the big scores. You know, she talked a lot about the fact that, you know, she hasn't been making much money. She hasn't been getting the big scores. There was this one guy that she was who really is her big source of money. But Candace pulled her off of that to kind of get after Oscar and now to get after David, you know, so I think she's jealous and she's tired of being girl number 2. She wants to be girl number 1. And I think that she might even try to double-cross War and really call herself falling in love with David to try to work her way into that situation. Now, that would be a very interesting play on the characters. If she ends up with David, that would be great because they look really, really good together. But
I'm kind of rooting on that myself.
Yeah, but if she does, just know that she'll be with David with a scarred face because Veronica is going to mess up that girl's face. She already told her. She already told her. She done traced the outline. She did the outline.
I don't know.
She gonna cut her like a blood.
Better batten down her hatches.
She better batten down her hatches. She is. Yeah, okay, you guys, look. We are going to have to wrap this thing up. It was a great episode. You guys answered a lot of questions and gave me a lot of things to think about. I hope you guys who are tuned in around the world to the after show, that you guys have a lot to think about too. Make sure you tune in next week to Tyler Perry's The Haves and Have-Nots. We don't have a lot of episodes left of this season, so you guys better make sure that you catch it on demand, and tune in next week to the show. I want to thank guy number 2. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I want to thank guy number 3.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Cowan. I really appreciate being here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, I want to thank the lovely ladies. Chris.
Thank you. I had fun as always.
We have so much fun with you, darling. And the beautiful Natasha.
I want to thank everyone, including you. I just want to thank all y'all for having me again. I mean, this has been such a blast.
It was a blast. And I want to thank, listen, I have to thank our guest, the incredible, the incomparable, Philip Boyd, a.k.a. Oscar.
Oscar, yay!
Yes, for Oscar. Yes, for Oscar. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning into the after show. This has been incredible. And listen, we'll be back with more of the after show. We have another great interview coming up. You don't want to miss it.